Like, boom.
You know I gotta fuck with you because you always fuck with me on jury.
Oh my
All right, man.
Okay,
what is
I got
this?
a plain Jane though. Cause remember I told you I started buying the plain Jane. So
all right, so what is this? That's
artwork,
just
though. It's artwork.
What, man? So when we talk about Feed the Streets, this dude got a full diamond fork, knife, and napkin in the fork. Hey man, he just pulled the fork off the plate like being, come on man, who you with? And the knife. Big Boy's Neighborhood, beautiful day in the neighborhood, ladies and gentlemen. He is back in the neighborhood. Roddy Ricch, welcome back to the neighborhood, bro.
Appreciate it.
You know what I love about you, Roddy, man? You come back.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You come back. I know, at one point we had, we get you in the neighborhood live. We had a couple Zoom when things were crazy, but you came back, bro. And I thank you for that, man.
Appreciate y'all.
How's everything been going? I know you've been out there on the road as we sit down and speak now, man. You've been out there on the road with Post Malone. How's that been for you?
It's been good. He a good person.
Yeah.
And it's just genuine. So yeah.
Is it different when you tour with somebody like Post as opposed to, do you like the bigger spots or do you like the more intimate or do you just say, man, I can do them all? I know you can do them all.
Yeah, I just feel like the main focus is just trying to get the fans the best experience every time.
Yeah.
Wherever we at. If we had a little birthday party, we
remember you said that?
Doing it for something. Nah, for sure. I done,
You done pulled up the birthday parties?
Yeah.
That's good, man. My son's birthday is in February, and boy, is he a fan. And I told him, I said, Jaden, watch what Dad do for you. I was like, man, and I want you to do a project called Feed the Jaden. You know what I'm saying? Which is my little one. Hey, man, but Feed the Streets 3. Let me ask you, Roddy, why does this get a Feed the Streets title?
We just going back to the basics. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like that's just where we at. That's what we want to do. I feel like the world just resetting almost too.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's always good to go back to the basics.
We have seen kind of a reset because even when we got in the pandemic and the quarantine, we didn't know exactly how we were coming out of that. Because in our lifetime, we had never dealt with anything like that.
Right.
So I was just wondering, I was like, okay, man, when we talk about Feed the Streets, I'm like, what is I was asking also, is there a body of work where you say, no, this one feels like Feed the Streets, but when you say it, it's like, okay, yeah, and it feel like, we not starting over, but we getting that ground back again.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like even just with the music too, just the way we attacked the music, you know what I'm saying, when it came to just the range of vocal, trying to just, you know what I'm saying, just certain things that the fans fell in love with in the beginning. That's like what we wanted to kind of hone in on, and just, I mean, it wasn't something that I purposely tried to do. It was just, it happens naturally.
Do you know how to get out of your own way with now, Roddy, with having such a catalog, right?
Yeah.
Do you know how to get out of your own way? And by that, I mean, not be too critical on your music now that you have bodies of music that we know and we love. Do you kind of like stutter step or second guess anything or harder on your music now?
I always been hard on myself. I always been hard on myself just to get myself here. But I feel like now it's the little things, I used to take the music from the studio all the time. Every time I do 6 songs, take them home, listen to them, listen to them. So then I'm doing all these songs, and I ain't saying it's just to brag or whatever, but it's like, okay, you do 6 songs in one night, then you do 6 songs, then you do 6 songs. So it's like you got 18 songs in 3 days, and you're just listening to them all. So every day you feel like you did something better than yesterday. Right. Then you cut that. You know what I'm saying? So
how do you know the process of elimination though? Like if you give us Feed the Streets 3, how many? For one, we just started listening to the album right now as we kind of sit down right here. How many total songs are on the album?
15.
15.
Yeah.
How many does Roddy Ricch record to get those 15?
I feel like I went this time around. I went through my whole catalog, and it's not that I took a song from years ago, and it's like I just went through it with a fresh ear to listen to where we were, hearing my spirit, where I was at, what I'm talking about, what I'm trying to relay, and then where I'm at now, and just how I can kind of, because there's a lot of things that I learned now.
Yeah.
So, we just tried to bring a lot of worlds together because we can't remake things.
Right.
We can't remake Feed the Streets 2. If you want Feed the Streets 2, then you gotta go listen to that. Or Anti-So, you gotta go listen to that, whatever. Live Life, you gotta. So it's like this time around we just used the whole catalog, And where we was at now, we can feel this, we can feel that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That.
Do you ever go back and listen to something? Like when you go back and you start listening to the catalog of things that were unreleased, do you ever listen to something now, Roddy, and be like, man, like, yeah, that wasn't as tight back then? Are you critical on other stuff?
Sure.
Yeah, damn.
For sure, it's stuff that's not used, it didn't work.
Do you feel like some of your worst could be some of your worst could be someone's best? You know?
That's a crazy question.
But you got to think though, man, because even just the pieces of the album that we did here, right? And we literally were in here right now having like a listening party. Yeah. And I'm telling you, man, just off the bat, you already hear it. You know what I'm saying? You hear hit records. So if you're in a position where you say, I'm critical already. So by the time it gets to us, it's probably been through so many phases of Roddy anyway.
Right.
You know?
Right.
When do you know that it's ready to fly? Even with Feed the Streets 3, as we're sitting here, was it still being mixed? Was it still being put together?
Yeah, we just the mixing process. The thing is, we like to be prepared, but we was on tour. Yeah. So and when we doing the mix with Ali, shout out to Ali. It's like, we real technical on the engineering, and the engineering is definitely important. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like we really like to sit in on it and okay, we doing this, we changing this, changing that. So when I was able to have little 2 days, 1 days off, like Halloween, I pulled up. Right.
So there is no real days off.
No.
Yeah.
My mom always laughed because we be on FaceTime and she be like, I see you got a day off today. And then she look at me, she like, oh, it's not a day off. Yeah. I know it ain't a day off.
It's just a day of something different.
Yeah.
Just a day of something.
Touring is the set schedule. Okay, you got to get up 9 to 5 and tour. You get what I'm saying? But when you living how we doing it, never got.
Do you have a studio on the bus or a portable studio for the rooms and things like that? Yeah. So you always create.
Yeah.
And you sit in on mixing and mastering as well?
You have to.
Jesus Christ. No, you don't.
To. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, well, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I like just leaving it to my, even once we finish with this interview, I don't do none of the edits, none of that.
I mean, but
Wacko sit there and go to Jack.
That's different because it's art.
Maybe I'd be in a better position if I did pay more attention.
But,
this ain't art now.
It's art. He's trying to get
it. Wow.
Look.
Man, I was wondering when you was going to do this jab on me.
Why you always do this to me?
That's why he came
Why do you always do this to me? Hey, dude, he must have been really sitting at the crib with the homies and everything. He was like, man, let me go see how I can hurt Big's heart. You know what I'm saying? So sloppy shit he doing over
Watch
there.
This.
Yeah, you know? Oh, man. But as you were saying disrespectfully, what were you saying? Yeah. No, but you want to make sure that you really on so if when it works, you can say, man, I deserve that. Right. And if it doesn't work,
then we know why.
Yeah, and you say, man, I gotta be there.
This, that, and the third. It's like it's just different process, different albums, but this is the process we used on some good music.
Really though. So you know it. So like, man, if we put the work in, it's gonna work. Right.
No. It's not always promised. That's one thing I do say. It's not always promised, but it's just about putting your best foot forward and just working hard.
What do you like about this whole music thing? Because I know that there's some gifts and some curses to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Like at one point, Roddy, you want to get in. And then when you get in, it's like there's a lot that come with it. And there's also some expectations where people think a lot of things come with the business, which I've been around long enough to say a lot of that doesn't come with the business. But people think, especially now with the device, people think they own you. They can say the most craziest things about you, so on and so forth. So now when you go to do something, do you pay attention to what's being said on social media? Do you look at it?
No.
Yeah.
No. I see it, but it don't affect me as it used to.
Right. Yeah. And you got to learn how to get, not even tough skin like everything is just crazy, but you got to learn how to see 300 great ones in that one and not let that one.
Yeah, but it was more so like, I created a body of work and I kind of seen the internet kind of turn. So then it was like, damn, I ain't never felt that before.
What do you mean turn? Like what?
Like every time I dropped albums, it was great. It was great music. And like I felt like I put out great music, but since coming off of such high music, then they're like, oh, this gotta be a grand, whatever. But it was just like, that's just the time. That's what I wanted to make. The album's gold. It sold 500,000 copies. I feel like that's a successful album. Niggas be going double copper.
Yeah, in a major way.
You get what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
I just, how I view things is not how they view things. And I feel like that's kind of what I had to come to peace with. You feel me? Like, I view things differently than the world may see it, but that's cool. You feel me? Like, even though majority of the time, how I viewed it is how they viewed it too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
does Roddy Ricch listen to Roddy Ricch? Like, I'm talking about like after it's gone. Have you ever pulled up to a valet playing your own stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I'm slide through the city, I would just be listening.
Hey man, do you ever trip, like if you see something, like right now I was headed to the restroom and you had popped up on the monitor. Do you still trip off of like seeing yourself on the monitor or being somewhere and hearing a song or something of that nature? Especially how bad you wanted it?
I could see how, but no, you know, I feel like you know, it just, this whole thing is surreal, really. So it just, we just in it.
How crazy was it, man, that you met me?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Every time I come do the interview, it'd be crazy just hearing your voice through the headphone, cause I used to go to school listening to you.
Hey man, let me tell you what's crazy. And I was just setting you up for a compliment. Thank you so much. but let me tell you what's crazy about that, Roddy. I've been in radio for years, right? And I still trip off of me being on radio. There's times literally where we're being here talking and I had this moment where I'm like, man, people are listening to me right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
definitely had a,
so that's always crazy to me, man. Or I'll pull up somewhere and somebody go, big boy, and I'm like, damn, dude, and not braggadociously, but I'm like, damn, dude, I'm big boy. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that's ever gonna go away for you.
Right.
Yeah, it better not. You know what I'm saying? If I see you out one day, be like, Roddy, you be like,
You see what Ben Staples say?
No.
That nigga said, he gonna get a 9 to 5 and act like he don't know niggas.
Yeah, hey man, but you know what? From Vince, that don't surprise me.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying? And he'll play it so well that you be thinking like, damn, no, that ain't him. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, tell me that don't look like him.
He crazy.
Yeah, man, that dude got a lot on his mind as well,
him,
bro.
I love him, though. His energy always solid.
And when he in the neighborhood, man, I don't know what he gonna say next. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time, Roddy, we had Vince in the neighborhood, and that was the time when he was talking about like, I said, I think you would tell somebody if they kid, because he's honest.
Right.
And I'm like, man, what if a girl tell you, you know, do I look big in this? He's like, yeah, you look big in that. Yeah, but we just fat right now. And then my man was like, yeah, don't try to put your insecurities on me. We just fat right now. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Y'all stick around. And you had a fist fight with him, right?
Hell no.
No, I was just playing. I was just trying to do a cliffhanger or some clickbait. We know that you're on tour, about to finish up with Post Malone. Are you going to get some downtime for the holidays, or you working straight through?
Yeah, we gonna chill with the family, but just stay working.
Yeah.
Stay working.
So it ain't never like, do you get a chance to like do a vacation or chill where you're not working, or does your brain always work?
For sure. It's just a constant grind. You know, we got a few things in the works, man.
Do you sleep well?
Sometimes.
Okay, yeah. Cause see, I don't sleep well. You know what I'm saying?
Why not?
You know why? Because usually they say that people that are so creative as us, they probably sleep very well. Yeah. But people that are very creative like you and I, we don't sleep well, man.
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's always some kind of idea going on in your head,
right,
you know,
right,
or probably thinking, hey, man, there's somebody going in my wallet right now, you know, because you don't trust your wife. I'm just playing. Just want to see if you was on that. Believe that. And now that you're ready to go ahead and do your thing, do you get in a position where you're in competition with yourself, though?
I was just talking to my dog about this. That's definitely just where we at. You know, I think I was talking to my brother about it. Just at a place where and anything you do, you just want to be in competition with yourself, you know, and just see how far you can push yourself.
Do you listen to others? Like, do you listen to any music that's coming out, or when you create, and do you kind of shut down?
Yeah, I listen. You know what I'm saying? I feel like listening to, and it's just my opinion, like listening to music, you know, just throughout is almost like listening to people. You know what I'm saying? Some people you gonna listen to them and you take their advice and you don't. And other people you listen to them, you take their advice. So I think it's like when you listening to music, sometimes you internalize the music and you can rock with it, or at certain times you can listen to it and be like, I don't
do
really
you
like that.
do you still have people, and I'm pretty sure you do, around you that can tell you like, hey man, go back in the booth, that's not the one? Do you still listen to people?
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, on tour with Post Malone, what did you do? Because you're opening, right? Mm-hmm. What did you do to the stage that made Post Malone hurt himself? What kind of sabotage?
Man, that was bad.
Yeah, did you throw something on was it oil? Oh, okay, because they said that you put oil on the stage. Oh, okay. Well, that's what Post people told me.
Man, we was backstage and all the music turned off, and then we was just like, what happened? So we just go out there.
Hey man, and he tried. It felt like he tried to keep it going on.
He did.
Yeah,
he did. He just stepped off for like 5 or 10 minutes, and then he kept going.
And then I guess, and even the next show, he came back. But your body tell you also, man, I know y'all want to keep going, but sometimes it's like, man, to be good to us, you got to be good to yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So best, what did you do on those so-called dates? Oh, I ain't gonna even ask. I know what you did. You worked. Yeah, I don't even ask what you did. I know you worked.
Come on.
You recently just celebrated another birthday.
Yeah.
You know where I'm going with this?
No, I don't.
All right. What did you do for? Is it 22nd birthday? 23rd? 24th? Yeah. What did you do for your 24th birthday?
I went to Miami.
Something light though, right?
It's light.
Okay.
I had the West in there. I had mustard. He pulled up. Todd pulled up.
Oh, okay. Here we go again. Here we go again. You don't remember this conversation, huh?
Look big like.
Do you remember this? Like, dude, I would have just said, man, I did nothing. Because if you remember this conversation, you had another party that you didn't invite us to.
Oh my
God. Oh my God. That's why he was like, damn, something told me I could come here.
You gotta blame the captain because they ain't let everybody on the boat. I had to get another boat. I had to get another boat for more people to get on the main boat.
For the homies. Like for the people that's like the ones that's tired with you.
The vibes.
Also, I don't vibe with you.
No, not that. I'm saying when you say the vibes, we talking about the vibes.
Yeah, but why am I never invited to your parties, man? Is it because the way I look? What? Because you
we just kept it low, you know what I'm saying? It was
but you said who else was there? Ty?
Mustard.
All right, so he's featured on the album. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Out of two Mustard features, too. He could be there. And Mustard's on there. Yeah. So really, you just kind of using them because you only work with them.
Nah.
There's nothing personal. You just use those dudes for favors, and you know when you need when you.
These my guys.
And I'm not though. Together. So you saying I'm so
big?
So you saying I'm not your guy? Listen to what you're saying.
Come on, man.
Okay, am I taking it wrong?
You taking it crazy?
Okay, so it's just that when you say those are my guys, we celebrate. We had to turn up. It was the vibe. You even brought another boat to bring certain people to the boat. And also, man, just as blacks, we got to be careful how many boats we get on. You know what I'm saying? Roddy Ricch, when was the last time? And this is all you. And keep it real with us, though, Roddy. When was the last time, Roddy Ricch, you stole something?
Damn. You know?
No, I don't.
Damn. Big. Damn.
Man, you thinking of something crazy then, man. I'm thinking about something like off the tour. No, you know what I'm saying? Something at the hotel.
I don't steal no more, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I had a past of, you know, just doing a little bullshit, but you don't know. I'm gonna tell you.
You never taken a pillow out the hotel to the bus?
Hell, I don't take nothing.
Same here.
I don't take nothing.
Same.
The lesson I learned when I had started getting to it and stuff like that, I had ended up going to the bathroom. I had $3,000 in my pocket. This was like back 17, 18 years old. I'm saying. So I got $3,000 in my pocket, cash. I sit down in the bathroom, and then I leave the money in the bathroom. Then I leave, checking my pocket, check everything. I'm like, nah. Boom. So then the man come out. You know what I'm saying? And he give me the money back.
Oh,
he left the money in the bathroom. So like, I just remember that. I know it's probably been other experience, but that. So
you hold on to that.
Yeah, I'm like just,
as your gauge.
Yeah, I'm
for
like,
character.
Bro, I ain't never like that was a real thing you did. Cause back then I don't even think I had a car.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I just had money on me. Like,
hey man, even right now, back, like, 2-3 racks is still hard to leave in the bathroom.
Yeah, for sure.
But especially if you like, 17, 18, that's all you got.
I ain't had nothing like. damn.
Let me ask you this: 17, 18-year-old Roddy, if you saw it in the bathroom, would you have walked out at that time and handed it back?
No.
There it is, right there. I was going to ask, have you make sure you keep it real? When was the last time, Roddy Ricch, you pumped your own gas?
Oh, I pump my gas.
Okay, cool. All righty. So do I.
Probably yesterday.
Oh, okay. All righty. In the foreign?
You know.
Oh, there it is right there. When was the last time you went grocery shopping?
Last week. Farms.
Okay, so you go in the store.
I like to get my the fresh chicken, the fresh salmon, the fresh. You know what I'm saying?
Do you cook?
Shrimp. No.
No, he was like, here.
Every now and again.
Yeah. Roddy, when was the last time you went to the DMV? To window 8?
Nah. They usually have it set up. You know what I'm saying? We go.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
Oh, for you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't have
to. I bought my license.
Man, you probably don't want to say that. You probably got a DMV hooker that you don't want to say that about.
Nah, it's years later.
What do you mean you bought your license?
In the beginning?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought mine.
What do you mean?
I bought it.
Who did you pay?
Well, don't throw nobody under the bus.
I ain't gonna throw nobody. But yeah, I for sure bought it.
You bought your license?
Yeah.
Like the driving guy?
Huh?
Like when you when you take the test?
Exactly. We went around the corner, you know.
Yeah. It worked for you, huh?
Yeah.
I heard that.
Are you a good driver?
Yeah.
Even though you didn't pass the test?
I was.
You shouldn't even be out there. You know what? I'm not going to feed the streets with you. I was talking about, man, when we pull up, we going to pull up to the event together. Not with you. Not with that fake ass license you got. You know what I'm saying? You look on there, it's a picture of Post Malone. You know what I'm saying? Not the kid.
It's legit.
Oh, yeah. Now you in the system. Yeah. He learned on the road. Yeah. I ain't mad at you.
I'm lying. Because they going to revoke my shit.
No. They can't now. Hey, it's catch me if you can now. When was the last time, Roddy Ricch, you got pulled over?
Oh, man. I ain't got pulled over recently, man. I've been on tour. Mm-hmm. I think I got pulled over out here.
Oh, damn.
Pulled over out here.
It wasn't CHP, was it? Damn, you didn't get a break, huh?
Nope.
Yeah. Man, every other authority, they were like, oh, big boy, man, CHP. Chilling. I remember when my last pullover, I had my daughter in the car, and she was like, oh, I signed the ticket after being sweaty. She was like, oh, I love your show. I listen to it every day. I'm like, what the fuck?
Man, but I guess. Dog was hating. Dog was hating. Cause I'm in the car. And
you
feel me?
Yeah.
I don't think he knew who I was. But he knew.
He knew that car.
I gave right. Yeah. But I gave him my name. So I'm thinking he probably think, oh, this is probably a rental or something. So when it came back, the car under my name, this nigga like, oh shit, it's this nigga car. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. Oh, yeah.
He was like tweaking. Yeah. Like, nigga gave me like 3 tickets.
Yeah, I was about to say, he probably scratched that in real hard. Like,
yeah, he gave me like 3 tickets.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know what that's about.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what that's about. Believe that. When was the last time, Roddy, you got mistaken for another celebrity? And who? You know how we all look alike.
Yeah, I don't really.
Huh?
Nah, I don't really get that.
Hey, man, what about when you get off the plane and your name is spelled all wrong? You know how they do pickup services?
Yeah, see, we do it through somebody else's name. Simple.
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't get off and be like Roddy Ricch, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that is true.
I got a little alias.
Yeah. What's your alias that you use?
Tell you that.
Huh?
Give you the game.
Like when you go check in a hotel, what's your alias that you use at a hotel?
That either.
What about at the airport?
I can't tell you.
Really though?
Because the fans will start pulling up.
You don't want that? I mean, we have to do this whole thing at Fixins. They pulling up.
You know me. I gotta keep my, all
right, man. Peace. All right, wow. If you don't want the fans just showing up to your hotel.
I'm saying.
Wow. Saying, man, all right, that's where you want to draw the line at privacy.
Wow. I'm saying. What you want me to do?
All right. When was the last time, Roddy, you had to tell a fan no?
Oh, man. I just tried not to.
Yeah.
But if it get too crazy,
right.
Like, all right, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But shit, I was outside. I think we was doing BET or something, and the kids was trying to take pictures, and the guys like jumping in front of the kids,
like an older person.
Yeah, I'm like, nigga, move out the way.
Yeah.
Like,
hey man, I see that at Disneyland when they, at Disneyland when they drop the rope. Yeah. Man, you see these old ass grown people with all the badges, pushing all these kids out the way. When was the last time you went to Disneyland?
Oh man,
we do.
It's been years.
We do. How many times I got to beg?
Nah. Oh man, that's crazy. No, I took my son The one in Florida. I ain't been to the. I ain't been to the.
You know, I don't even like talking to you about Florida. Because that's where you had your last birthday party at. I wasn't invited to that. So let's
It's a trigger.
Yeah. What you say, honey?
It's a trigger.
Yeah, Florida's a trigger for me, man. You know what I'm saying? So, I know it's not a trigger for you because you turn up out there. But for me, it's like, you know, I get turned down for going to parties and stuff. You know, I used to bodyguard. So I would get with certain people when we
bodyguard, man?
Yeah, man. You ever heard of a rap group called The Far Side? Far Side, their biggest hit was a song called Passing Me By. But I used to bodyguard Far Side. Then I did like weekend work with Tupac. But even just then, bro, I would be like,
for real?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you bullshitting.
Nah, I'm shit. Who? Joe, you know of it. Yeah. Like, yeah. Yeah,
real?
Man. Yeah. And then, man, I got a chance to do, this motherfucker just called me. I used to do this hip hop line called What Up. And What Up was just a hip hop line that you just called and it told you what clubs were going on. But it was my way to just get in the clubs for free. And so I guess the boss from Power used to he used to call and listen to that. And one day he called me at the crib with the Baker Boys, and he was like, would you like to try radio for one night? And I was on tour. I was on the Lollapalooza tour. And we had a couple of days off, and I was like, yeah. He said, I'll give you $35 an hour. In my head, I'm just thinking $35 an hour. I ain't thinking about radio, but I love music. I love entertainment. I DJ, all that shit, right?
Right.
And so I threw everything up against the wall. And he hit me up and he was like, you want to try it for one night? I went and tried it that one night. He called me back the next day, said, would you like to try it again? So now I'm thinking, you know, multiply that by 2. That's my radio career. He called me after the second night and said, you know, I got this crazy idea. Would you like to try to do radio? And at first, Roddy, I was going to turn it down because I was on the road. And I'm talking about these are times like De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest, Far Side. You know what I'm saying? And I had fun on the road. I love being on the road. And I was going to turn it down. But I made more money at the house. You know what I'm saying? The road money was cool, but my real setup was like other shit at the house. But I just like to travel. And so I was like, man, I thought one day and I said, man, you know what? I was like, that was the first, Power 106 was my first job. I never had a job in my life. You know what I'm saying? So I was thinking like, okay, I'm good at hustling. But I was like, man, am I going to hustle all the time? And I don't know what this opportunity is that's coming, but let me just try it. Because I was going to turn it down. So I went to the fellas. I said, hey, man, they offered me this gig in radio. I said, I think I'm just going to try it. They was like, man, go ahead, try it. If it don't work out, we'll hold your position. I was like, all right, cool. It'll be 29 years next year. Wow. I never look back. Roddy Ricch, definitely want to thank you for coming into the neighborhood and hanging out with us, man. Make sure you come back again. You know what I'm saying?
Big, I'm always going to come through.
All right, man. Yeah. And I can't wait till chaining day, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got the big plate. Just give me like a saucer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Give me like one of the little tea plates or something like that, man. But it's always good to have you in the neighborhood, man. And thank you so much. And I know as we were sitting down, right now, man, I didn't get a chance to hear the entire Feed the Streets 3, but what I had a chance to listen to. I don't want to throw nobody under the bus, but Dwight didn't send it to us. So I don't, but Dwight's good. It's just that this time, whoa, man, I don't know what happened with Dwight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, come on now. Yeah, he fell off on this one. Real talk, man. But you handle that with Dwight later.
That's my guy.
Yeah, man. He's my guy too. That's why I'm so shocked that he did that. You know what I'm saying? That he was blaming it on the label. You know how Dwight is. Yeah. Dwight was like, man, I didn't get the link, Unc. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Unc, you just as old as me. That's what I told him, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'll get a chance to really lay down and listen to the album because I like listening to records when I'm naked and laying down.
Oh, come on, big.
Fuck your head up. You're like, man, I don't want to put out no more music. Can you imagine what the headlines would be like? Roddy Ricch quit music when Big told him that he was naked listening to his music. Nah, but thank you for coming into the neighborhood, man. Keep smiling too, man. And you always have great energy, bro. And it's a pleasure. And I wish you nothing but the best, man. It's been amazing watching your journey. And man, God willing, we get a chance to watch so much more, bro. You know what I'm saying? Believe that. Roddy Ricch in the neighborhood, Big Boy's neighborhood.